514.3, explain how to perform a database query of a person or property using the NCIC system. For people, input name, race, sex, and date of birth. For property, input serial numbers, VINs, HINs, or registration decals. If a match or quote-unquote hit occurs, you must contact the original entering agency to confirm the files are active before making an arrest or recovery. It's page 170. 514.4, identify the information available through criminal justice online sources. David accesses driver's license applications, signatures, photos, insurance data, and non-citizen identification tracking. CJNet connects to secondary networks such as Falcon for histories, Insight for intelligence, CART, and the Sexual Predator Registry. Unauthorized access is a felony. That's page 171. 521.1, describe how to respond to a location using information from dispatch. Evaluate details from dispatch. Choose the safest, quickest route, accounting for traffic, school zones, construction. Identify potential threats, determine whether to use emergency lights and sirens, and manage radio volume upon arrival, page 172. 521.2, explain how to approach an incident scene safely. Park a short distance away using cover. Secure duty gear, turn phones to silent, and scan for backlighting, risk, or ambushes. Move in a low crouch along building perimeters, carry flashlights in your support hand held away from your body, and preserve evidence. That's page 173 to 174. 521.3, describe techniques for interviewing complainants, witnesses, and victims. Approach these individuals with dignity. Present your name, separate the parties to capture individual accounts, ask clarifying queries to establish probable cause, record detailed notes, and collect formal statements. That's on page 174. 521.4, describe valuable information a BOLO can provide when identifying a suspect. A BOLO identifies names, physical traits, unique violation records, last known directions of travel, or vehicle attributes. It also powers specialized systems like amber, silver, blue, and purple emergency alerts on 175. 521.5 on 175, explain how to initiate and cancel a BOLO. To initiate, transmit all verified details to dispatch or compile a written summary backed by database queries and booking photos. To cancel, route a confirmation message through the dispatch communication system as soon as the subject is located. LE 522.1 is describe how to safely approach a suspect. This is explained on 176. Review past criminal records, evaluate behavioral indicators, closely monitor hand placements, look out for coordinating accomplices, preserve safe reactionary distances, and wait for backup instead of rushing high-risk sites. 522.2 is found on page 176. Explain the different roles of the contact and cover officer. The contact officer, usually the primary unit, drives all communications, suspect interviews, and directive instructions. The cover officer focuses strictly on tactical safety, tracking surrounding crowds, watching escape avenues, and protecting the contact officer from threats. That's page 176. 522.3, describe how to initiate contact with the suspect. Maintain tactical distance, request personal identifiers such as name, date of birth, verify profiles through databases, and execute a pat-down search if you have reason to believe the person is armed. Build rapport to foster a non-custodial environment if appropriate. That's 177. 522.4, explain what to do if a person resists arrest. For resisting without violence, example, refusing cuffs or commands, request voluntary compliance, issue explicit orders, and apply approved defensive tactics if necessary. For resisting with violence, example, physical fighting, maintain your safety and use defensive tactics to gain physical control. That can be found on pages 177 through 178. 523.1, describe how to respond safely to the scene when providing officer backup. Classify whether the request is low, high, or life-threatening. Match your driving response to the urgency, downgrading if the scene is controlled. Limit flashlight signatures upon arrival, and check in visually or verbally with the primary officer. This can be found on 179. 524.1, describe the key findings regarding research on targeted violence. This is located on 180. Violent behaviors cannot be perfectly predicted, but it can be prevented. There is no standard demographic profile for a mass shooter. Attacks are rarely impulsive. They stem from organized planning. Mental health issues are seldom the primary driver. And path to violence planners rarely communicate direct threats to their targets beforehand. 524.2, describe the core functions of the behavioral threat assessment and management process. The core functions are identify, collecting behavioral patterns of concern, assess, gathering contacts from relatives, associates regarding motives, weapon access and target vulnerabilities, and manage using strategies like protective custody, monitoring, or executing risk protection orders to mitigate threats. Can be found on pages 181 and 182.